And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
All right, I'm not going to blame that half an extra verse on Radio Andy nonsense, although I'm sure there was some involved. That was me not having my headphones out of the box yet. I blew it, everyone. But I'm back. It's The Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. Big J. Oakerson, Dan Soder off doing billions today. I believe in today's episode is, he used the word bukkake, which I know is Japanese for massive cum shot, but that's not what he could have meant, right?
A billion loads.
He said, I got to go. The scene going now, bukkake, and then it sounded like the phone dropped. I don't know. I'm sure he'll call in if there's trouble. You know that voice sitting next to me, a fan favorite here of all the campers, America's Amigo from the Oakerson Network podcast, Amigos. Mike Fenoy, everybody.
Hey.
And then, I know yesterday Dan had Shane in, who everybody loves Shane, and now introduced a new character, I understand. I was very busy. I was in travels to Washington, D.C. to do a show with just what I'd call a legendary lineup that I had the honor to be a part of. But this is a radio show that I'm a part of, too, and somebody was introduced who I'd never met before. McCusker, was that the name? Everybody seemed to love him, and I wasn't here for it, and I do get jealous. We all know that. So I went ahead and went big today, and I got, this is big, someone who's been in the news a lot lately to co-host with me. It's pretty cool to be able to get him in here. There's a lot of questions I have, and I'd like him to answer for some things. Everybody from Surviving R. Kelly documentary, R. Kelly in studio right now. Robert, how are you?
I'm good. I go Robert Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now, of course.
Yeah, well, you keep calling yourself R. Kelly after all the shit that's raining down on you right now?
Well, I mean, I think you call me Bob B. Mm-hmm. Bobby Kelly.
Well, I know you.
Yeah.
I was unfamiliar. It was before documentary days, I guess.
I did a documentary called Torgasm. It was more of a docu-series.
Yeah, well, again, HBO. And it was very embraced, but,
You saw that.
It was pretty, I watched Torgasm. It was fantastic, but that was before I knew the person you were that was exposed in this documentary. And
you destroyed my family. You destroyed my family.
I love you as a person always,
I
forever
love you
and always.
Too, dude.
But I'm just saying you've done things that you have to answer for in this world.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
You're scaring me because I don't. You're absolutely right about that.
You haven't been looking at the papers. You haven't watched this documentary. No. I can understand why you'd probably want to stay away from it.
Well, I don't have nothing to do with it. I'm not in R&B. I'm not into. I don't listen to the music. Mm-hmm. I don't listen to it.
Mm-hmm. I met him when I was 14.
I'll tell you one thing. I know.
What was that?
You listen to the cries?
I met him when I was 14.
I don't. Why would you?
No, these are all just testimonies from people from all over this documentary that the whole crew watched. Look, you could feel the tension in the room. Everyone's uncomfortable. Young Becky Rodriguez, terrified to be in your presence. We had to promise her we'd walk her out.
But she's on my podcast.
Yeah, that's the grossest thing. That's what makes it so gross.
Why do you think she's there? She's scared.
She's right there. You're making her live in the studio, from what I understand in this documentary.
I absolutely do not do that.
She has to sit there and you make her do weird stuff in front of people.
No, she takes photos when she wants. She can come and go, and she does whatever she wants.
Well, what kind of photos are these?
What I mean, photos of me and my friends.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
And sometimes, Gabby,
Robert.
Young Gabby.
Oh,
young.
Other people involved.
Not young.
Other people involved. Let's prey on your friend's children.
Listen, you're back. Listen, you're taking this. You're getting me mixed up.
I don't think so.
She takes some photos. That's all.
I mean, we have some. Do we have some clips of this documentary here that I think lead me to believe certain things?
I grew up looking up to Robert Kelly.
What do you mean? What?
I'm sorry, Mike. Mike did say he was going to have a hard time with this show, particularly.
Well, that's why I'm sitting over here.
I said he's still the guy you know. There's just a side to him we didn't know.
I mean, this is all true. Okay? This is literally scaring me now. Like, I don't know if we're going really into what's happened?
You're worried if you've done this thing.
Done what? I've done nothing. I have a wife. I have a kid. I have a 3-bedroom ranch.
The evidence is pretty harsh.
I haven't done anything in 15 years.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you recall Robert Kelly, young comic,
Yeah.
young entertainer,
Yes.
should I say, on the scene?
Yes.
You had a mentor at one point, possibly, I think, a manager
Yeah.
at some point, and he owned the Boston Comedy Club.
Yeah, Barry Katz.
Barry Katz, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, your tour manager at the time,
Matt
who was
Frost.
out with you, no, I believe his name was Demetrius Smith.
Yes.
Yeah, this is what he said in the documentary.
Robert said, man, we got Aaliyah in trouble. Robert mentioned to me that I think she's pregnant. And that broke my heart right there. I was so disappointed in him because I really believed him when he said that, you know, he wasn't doing anything, messing with Aaliyah. I was in the room when they got married. I had papers forged for them. Aaliyah was underage.
15 years old,
Robert said, I do.
15.
Yeah, I don't know that guy.
I do.
I don't know that.
Sure you
That
don't.
guy. That's not. I've never met that. What's his name?
Demetrius Smith.
I don't know who he is. I've never met him. I don't know what he's talking about.
Perhaps you'd like to hear from your brother.
Wait, why does no one have the part where it said Barry, which would have made that all make sense?
Oh.
Hey, Robert, you might remember early in your career, there was a man named Barry Katz who was instrumental.
I don't have the Barry part.
Just say Barry.
It's
It
interesting.
was the whole thing was only for the Barry part.
It's interesting that all of a sudden it's not here.
By
was
the way,
definitely here.
I will say when I came up today to the studio,
I was early.
yeah,
And it was here.
Robert Kelly was already here.
Yeah,
That
because
seems
I'm
pretty odd.
I'm always early.
You were influencing DJ Lou, which is you could pry him with Young Pussy in a heartbeat.
And Ritz Bits crackers.
And Ritz Bits crackers, peanut butter or cheese.
Those are my favorites.
The cheese ones?
The cheese.
Oh, why? Because it lures the kids.
The peanut butter's one.
None of this
Kids like
helps.
that.
Yeah, do we have something from his brother? Bobby, I know.
I don't have. What do you mean, my little brother?
Sure.
Likes younger women. You have people who have fantasies about different things.
Yeah.
I like older women. Go figure. You know?
Yeah.
But that's just a preference. It's
Disgusting.
a preference. Everyone has preferences. So, what is the big deal? What's the big issue
Cold.
with my brother?
Cold.
Jay,
Look, your brother's going to get your back. I understand that.
when
My brother's he's a redhead Irish kid from Boston. He doesn't really sound like that. Like I don't think that was my brother.
Oh, we use the modulator, I think.
Auto tune.
I think
like
they
the
did
Babe
the
Ruth
thing,
throat
yeah.
thing.
You know, he didn't want to be, I'm sure, out there in public. So,
So you made him. You made him sound like a black dude.
I did nothing. This is Lifetime Networks that has really rallied this campaign against you.
When I saw this documentary after growing up idolizing Bobby, it felt like I just learned that Santa Claus kicks puppies. It was the worst thing in the
I don't
world.
like that.
It broke my heart.
Because that was something. Call me a pedophile and fat. I don't. What
You're
the-
disappointed in his weight loss and pedophilia, and his weight gain and pedophilia?
Exactly. And his animal cruelty.
Go figure.
Go figure.
It breaks my fucking heart,
What
Bobby.
the? What
So we
the-
have, I'll probably reference you back to some of your finer works, as we all know. And Bobby, in fairness, this is friend talking to friend here.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of conversations.
We've had a lot of
Me and you are
conversations.
both guys who aren't going to scoff at being involved in a little piss play. We're adults.
No, I
but
mean,
we're adults.
I wouldn't drink a gallon of water to pee. Like I wouldn't muster up, but if I had to go,
If you had to?
if I had to pee, I would do it. But I wouldn't go.
You're saying you've never peed on anybody willingly?
I've
'Cause
never
You really wanted to.
No. I've never peed on anybody. The only person I've ever peed on is myself.
Well, there's a videotape that I will not bring up because the girls are underage.
Ooh,
However,
why can I see
you
that?
know, some of these people.
Why did that just do it for me? Maybe.
Well, you say you've never peed on anybody, then I'd like you to possibly explain this right here. Oh,
Bobby. This broke
But
my
that's
fucking
not-
heart.
That's not me.
well, not now, of course. This is in the 90s.
That's young Bobby.
Oh, and then this
What?
happened.
No.
Even guys got involved in peeing on you?
I wish that was me. No, that's not me. First of all...
This is all going to go at the Bonfire, SXM. Foolproof evidence. I mean, get the case going, Atlanta.
Pop, the documentary's out. I mean, just...
Peeing on young girls. And then also being peed on by handsome men. All of which. And yourself included, Bobby. If I got to be nice here, I'm going to say your body's fantastic. Go, let me show him what the guy's peeing.
Listen, that guy's not circumcised, Jay.
Guy's peeing. Huh? No, it is circumcised. He's just pulling the trunk meat up.
They didn't even go. They didn't. What the heck is that?
Oh,
that's
Bob.
Robert Kelly. Involved. Well, you kept it black, which is cool. I appreciate that. And let me say something. Your deltoids look ripped.
Yeah, look at that.
And I don't think that's pee, by the way, on the second one. I think you got the wrong. I think you got the wrong photo.
I think that was supposed to...
I didn't strike you as this kind of guy, but look at you right there. Your dick's just touching with another guy's dick while another man pees on you.
That's on my head, Jay.
That's what Bob. I heard that's what he wanted as the Torgasm cover. Actually,
basically, was very close.
It's very damning evidence here, and also this is unrelated, but I figure we probably should just show these here.
That's not.
And then of course,
oh,
things got crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, Jesus.
Well, that's the face I would have if that happened. But,
yeah, well, it doesn't look comfortable.
What?
Yeah.
First of all, listen, this is just is outrageous. This is outrageous.
I agree.
It totally is.
I completely agree. It's outrageous.
That guy's ass is perfect.
Has nobody ever made you face these things before?
No.
Broke my heart.
Oh my God! Look, I can understand being grumpy after a lot of this action.
I burned your albums.
I can see after these men have done this to you that you are going to want to lash out.
I'm not. That's a square head.
Yeah. Well, you are a Boston guy.
It's
a lot of square-headed people up there. You know what I mean?
Oh my!
Let me say again, Bobby. Though your body's fantastic. What you did lack in morality, you made up for in physical fitness.
Well, I was
and
sexy.
Apparently ass waxing too.
Sexy Bobby.
That's a fucking clean Bobby butt right
good
there.
Lord! Oh, every day a new nightmare.
Like a cherub fountain.
That's not my penis, guys. That's 3 different penises.
No. Well, no, that's not. That's one penis peeing on 2 girls. If you can go to the next picture, please.
It's the same.
No. The original one. Yes, that's 3 penises, Bobby.
Listen to me, dude. I'm saying that there's 3 different penises on me. Go back.
No, at any given time, I assume.
Yeah, that's a light day.
First of all, this isn't even what R. Kelly was accused of.
No, I know. That's why it says we dug a little deeper.
This is the soon-to-be documentary.
This is what I'm worried about. This is the documentary I'm really worried about coming out.
Do we have any? Do we have? Oh, also, how about Christine? Do you have the screenshot? Yeah, the screenshot. I got a tweet. It also there's a part of the documentary where it talks about the people coming out against you. And funny you mentioned Torgasm because your own boyhood friend,
yes,
Dane Cook.
Yeah.
By the way, check mark. This is legit.
It's really him.
Subtext way. It was like a Fellini film. I mean, he was really trying to say something without saying it.
He had to read between the lines.
If a Robert K. got in trouble, that still would have been up.
Believe me, if somebody called DC got in trouble for some pedophilia, I'd have a few things to say on Twitter myself. But yeah, I think you might be right about this one. But that's just coincidence, Jay. And who doesn't like a young? My wife is younger.
Whoa!
Wow. Okay. Well, here it comes.
She's not. I didn't meet her when she was.
Which wife?
I don't know. You only let her come out and wave to us once when we come for barbecues.
From the Bilko doors.
You go take your lap.
She's cooking.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want good food?
I do.
Or do you want to sound and chat to a wordy woman from Boston?
No.
You want to sit there and have that conversation?
Yeah.
So, Jay, where you from? No, or do you want some macaroni salad that tastes good?
Well, I don't mind opening up with somebody. Maybe that's the problem here, Robert, because it shows here that you have a quote.
What?
As a kid, you had lots of secrets. Some were terrible, some were beautiful, some were both. Yeah. One secret about was what was happening to me at home, which I assume has something to do with that last picture we showed.
That's actually from me.
That is that's your goal.
No, that's actually wrote that last week on Twitter. That's literally on every diary I've ever had. I write that in the beginning, and then I write my address and my phone number in case I lose it.
I had my hand on the back of my head. I had scissors opened up.
I have a tattooed on my ass right now. That's literally tattooed.
It's in brand.
Yeah,
it's branded.
Yeah, it's in Hebrew, but
it's framed above your bed.
Yeah, and it's in black light ink.
Oh, do we have the lady speaking who says what she feels is more important than Robert performing is him?
No, this is just
protecting Robert Kelly and his ability to make music and entertain fans means more than what he did in his private life with these little girls.
Disgusting. Oh. Absolutely.
Now, here's the thing.
That's what you call a trooper.
I feel like you would think, hey, look, finally, evidence that shows how could this possibly be me?
Right, it's not me.
Robert Kelly performing his music for his fans.
Yes.
How could that be you?
Right, because I don't sing.
And then, you didn't say? She didn't say anything about singing.
Performing music was her quote.
She said performing music.
Now you're changing the words.
And I'd say, does Robert Kelly that I know even do that? And then I refer you to this video right here. No, Christine. I mean, what the fuck with this production?
I mean,
I'm trying to fucking rake Robert Kelly over the coals.
If R. Kelly had them as if R. Kelly had them as the prosecutor, he'd win.
YouTube. Robert Kelly, drums. Mike Calta show, pulling the curtain. Fourth wall break.
It said it was removed. It said it was removed.
Did it really?
It's up, but it said it was removed.
Oh, did it?
Yes.
Hey, look, everyone. It's Robert Kelly playing fucking music in front of fans. I guess that's more important than little black women.
Loving it.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
It's a sad state in the world when America thought that this particular performance was more important than little black girls.
Explains a lot.
First of all, you can't. You're melting things together, Jay. You're taking a. She said perform. What did she say?
If it makes sense,
now,
Bobby.
I don't know.
If it makes sense, Bobby, I'm trying to melt things together. My crew is not helping me out.
Yeah. They are all on his side. He was here. Hey, you know what? He was here pretty early with the entire crew. Like you said before.
Yeah, it was very weird.
I think that this is complete sabotage.
I thought somebody told him and had the video removed because it was showing up as removed video in the history.
No, that's just people who like that song protested and reported it to YouTube to get it the fuck down because Fatso was off time. Fucking fat.
I guess that's how little society cares about young black girls.
Listen,
every
stop
other
saying that.
No, it's disgusting.
Oh, man, look you going now,
Michael.
I looked up to you like an older brother. I'm not bald. I don't have bad vision. I'm trying just to be you. But now, fuck it.
You meant the world to me, man.
You really did.
You had beautiful blonde hair.
You were my Ned Needlender.
You're not even gray.
No, you beautiful.
Dye your hair gray.
What do you say?
Now forget it.
You're going to go back to being a beautiful little Dutch boy.
That's it.
Robert, what do you say?
First of all, stop calling me Robert. My name is not Robert, Jay.
You prefer R. Kelly?
It's not R. Kelly, guys.
For R. Dot?
No, I don't want R. It's Bob. You call me
up.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby with an I-E. Bobby.
I'm just trying to keep things in rhythm.
Just trying to lean in.
Is this my water in a cup?
Yeah.
You never see Stern's guest drinking. You ever see Robert Downey Jr. drinking a water in a cup? What is this fucking? What is this? Before bottled water? What the fuck is
Well, next time, don't give your exclusive to me. You could have taken the story to Howard Stern.
But you chickened out.
But you got afraid. Too many people hearing.
Why make us pull the curtains, Robert?
You guys feed people like you're in a detention center. Pretzels and water in a cup.
It's like you're getting a new muffler discount.
But it's the whole bag of pretzel sticks.
You guys want to take my shoelaces too?
We're trying to get you used to prison food. Because I don't know if you recall, Robert, when you made your trip to Ethiopia while on tour.
I've never been to Ethiopia.
And that's what I would say too. if there wasn't evidence of it.
Does Ethiopia know that you've never been there?
We should have a bell for all the chubby jokes you guys make.
I haven't made one joke.
That's a fucking Ethiopia. You've never. I can tell.
No. I'm talking about the time you went to Ethiopia.
Yes.
And now the video has come out of you recruiting women.
What?
Young girls.
You're crazy.
From the audience through song.
Despicable.
Lou, what the fuck?
Are you saying this isn't you? Please play the song.
Lou, don't look at him.
Passport. Did you get your shots? Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America? America. Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America? America.
Here's where you really let it go, where you really wail.
Do you have your passport?
Oh, he wants these young girls.
Now you're going to say you've never been to Ethiopia?
Wow. That's pretty damning evidence.
Where are they, Rob? Where are they, Rob?
Let Becky Rodriguez go. She is not part of your cult anymore. And you let Gabby out too while you're at it. She didn't even tell me she was back in town, Gabby. You've got her so brainwashed.
Gabby's dad owes me.
He lost the bar bet.
He's got some secrets. Listen, that was fucking. First of all, that was beautifully. I mean, it was fucking hilarious.
Great case.
But that was. I mean, that song. You just had a dude at the end.
Can I do my closing?
You can't.
Can I do my closing statements to the argument now?
Do I? Wait a minute. What closing statements? I don't even have a lawyer.
I was proposing. I was pleading a case.
No lawyer would take your case.
I have no lawyer. I have nobody on my side. You have Becky saying she's a hottage.
You should have thought about that before you peed on these young women.
Yeah, you pissed your case right down the toilet, son.
Ladies and gentlemen of the room, Becky.
Why is she separate?
I'm saying Becky, Jake. No, I was going to name everybody. Black Lou, DJ Lou.
Yes.
Christine, you'll be too impartial. You're my girlfriend. Mike, you're a little too disappointed for this, but
broke my fucking heart.
I play to you, the people of the room. Picture a young black girl wanders into a smoky comedy club one night and sees a statuesque, ripped young Robert Kelly wearing a tight motorcycle jacket. When he lifts his hand to wave to her, his T-shirt comes up, and you see that little V that goes down to his dick that we all wish we had.
I just came.
And and then he invites this young black girl into a studio that's got a weird side room attached to it. But it doesn't matter to her. I'm with my idol. I'm seeing this man who I've idolized comedically and entertainment-wise for so long. And then he proceeds to pee all over her, running down her little weird body. Now, now, I want you to picture that little girl as white. I rest my case. I just time to killed you, bro. You just got time to killed.
I'm guilty. 100% guilty.
Now picture that girl's white.
I mean,
what are you gonna do? Black Lou, that just made you stand up almost. You almost attacked him in the courtroom like that Jeffrey Dahmer girl.
I
hate you, Jeffrey! I hate you, Jeffrey!
That cowboy star just turned upside down on your hat.
Now, picture she's white. That is my favorite argument in any movie. I watched it. I showed Christine that movie recently, and we went through it again. I go, what a piece of shit town they lived in that's what made them change their mind. The boy's going, they destroy her insides with their penises and her underdeveloped body. Well, she could never have children again. And the jury's just going like, it all sounds right. That checks out. Like, now picture she's white. He goes, get the fuck, stop it.
That's crazy.
This could have happened to a white person?
Wait a minute.
No, never mind. Sorry.
Underdeveloped?
Not guilty.
Come on.
No more white kid coming out of that?
You're using the wrong word. You mean perfectly crafted?
Oh, this is not helping you. Yeah. God doesn't make mistakes. God doesn't make mistakes. Why is my dick getting hard at this fucking child's pool?
Whoa.
Oh.
What is that?
Oh, man. The P2?
Listen. Wait a minute, guys.
People are disappointed in you.
Garth Brooks, listen. First of all, I don't want...
Garth in Indianapolis.
You can't trust
Salt
him.
of the earth guy.
He likes the Grateful Dead. You can't trust him.
Hey.
Fair on
Are you
that.
a Grateful Dead fan?
Almost as much as I was a fan of you.
Oh, my God. Michael, I wasn't me, Michael.
If you think Fish and Grateful Dead haven't peed on one of the... Just even to get the smell off of that hippie puss they have to fuck.
Yeah, they have to shit and then piss on it.
That's like...
Just so it doesn't smell like an old lady cunt.
That's like pissing on an octopus bite, though. That's different. That's different.
That's Grateful Dead fan douche. A pile of shit with piss on it.
All right, honey, you can come back.
Squat on that. Clean off.
Come backstage. We got to rub that Vegemite on your twat, and then I'm going to piss it off.
He goes, oh, remember the time we Brillo patted that girl's asshole before we fucked her?
Hey. And then I want you to stand on that wild boar back and rub your pussy on his sweat gland.
Clean off.
And then take that skunk and kick it so it sprays your pussy, and then I'll eat it.
Well, Becky, you are an adult now, so if you want to leave at any time you can. Until then, just walk between the pee drops. That's all I can say.
Twinkle
First
toes.
of all,
You're
Becky can leave without Becky, you're not under any.
Yeah, I know you say. You go, Becky, you can leave. I'm just going to be pissing over here by the door.
Becky, look at me. Look at me.
Smell your seat.
Becky,
and
look
pee
at
on
me.
it.
Becky,
Here's the mind control.
Look at me.
I'm looking.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know where that. I apologize, Becky. I'm so sorry.
He lures you in with the charming guy, and then he gets you this.
Becky, look at me. Look at me. You can do whatever you want to do.
He believes you can fly.
If you want. If you want to stay, you can stay. If you want to go, you can go. It's your choice. But if you go...
So help me God.
I didn't say that. If you go, it will hurt my feelings.
I know where your parents live.
Listen, that's not me. I'm not saying that. But if you go...
I'm eating an asparagus tonight.
That's not...
You're fucking dead tomorrow.
If you find where I put you.
Listen, that's not... Becky, if you go...
Yeah.
You're never allowed back.
Listen, Becky, if you go, I'll be very hurt. Because I love you, Beck. You're the best.
And
okay.
Have to hold it.
Thanks.
That's not me.
Gabby's going to be getting beat on for 2. She's getting the whole dose of piss.
Guys.
Bobby drinks a lot of fluid.
Guys, we can see you saying it into the microphone.
Oh, I thought you guys were there.
No, I was talking to Jay.
Let's take our first break, everybody. We'll figure it out. Maybe when we come back, we can get to the bottom of all this.
Guilty.
Until then, we're hanging out with Robert Kelly. Call him Bobby Kelly. And do not call him R. Kelly. Mike Fenoya. We'll be right back. It's the Bonfire.
That was funny.
And now, back to the Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Donkey of the day goes to Robert Kelly. You know, the pied pedophile is a sick individual. The Breakfast Club.
Oh, no. Robert, I think you missed your own intro. Did you not hear that at all? Charlemagne gave you a nice intro.
Donkey of the day goes to Robert Kelly. You know, the pied pedophile is a sick individual. The Breakfast Club.
You know, for your next seat. You know, whatever you want to use it for.
A new ringtone.
Hey, have fun with it.
If it was anything else but pedophile, I could use all these clips.
Oh, my God. Wouldn't that be fantastic?
I know, right?
Yeah, mass murderer.
You know, I wanted to ask you about, because I listened to it today. I got a chance finally. We had Judd Apatow and Pete Holmes in the other day.
Yeah.
Me and Dan, and we ended up talking about whatever, just having fun. But we didn't get into, it's funny, at the end of the show, was that the show? Did that make the show at the very end? I would have totally asked him, raked him over the coals about all that Louis stuff, but Dan didn't want to. He was afraid. All right, everyone, goodbye. I just sat here and didn't say anything either. But I don't really know what I would be happy to have an argument with him about it. I just am so out of his, atmosphere, Judd Apatow that I'm like, I don't know. I didn't think anything of doing it. But I heard him in Norton. Did you listen to it?
I literally put it on as I was coming in today. I was listening to it, and then Keith Robinson called me.
Oh.
And then,
that's a long, slow conversation.
Yeah, it really is.
Keep thinking your Bluetooth's broken.
Talk about me, too.
Yeah, you stink, Bobby.
Oh, that's the one that hurts the most.
It did. You're absolutely right.
We can only tweet, so everybody jump on at the Bonfire SXM on Twitter, or else you're not going to be able to see those pictures. They will boot us off of Instagram immediately.
Instantly. Yeah, I was going to listen to it. I heard about it. I didn't get a chance to listen to it, but I want to. It's weird. I heard just a little tidbit of it, but I mean, it's not even an argument. It's just a discussion. I mean,
it is a discussion. It should have been. It was described to me as much more hostile than I thought it was at all.
It's not hostile.
No, it was reasonable, actually.
It sounded what I heard, a little bit of it, it sounded them just him stating his case and Norton stating his case. I mean, look, I stick up for Louis because I know Louis. He's a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I know both sides of the story on all the events.
Sure.
Most people know one side.
Absolutely.
And
right.
are judging it from there. And now he comes back and he does his stand up, and I'm actually doing a couple shows with him just to kind of, so he doesn't have to go out there by himself.
Just have a buddy, yeah.
And
somebody to talk to after a show too, man. It's big.
He's working on his act.
Yeah.
And what is he supposed to do? Ask permission on all his jokes? And who is he supposed to do? I don't understand this. Is that okay? So there's a certain ruling class comedians that are in power right now that we have to run our jokes by or our hours by.
And the concept of that is ridiculous. Right. Absolutely. I thought there was. Judd Apatow made one interesting point, I thought, and I'm fully on the thing. I can't wrap my brain around why he felt the need to express it. And he said, I think on the show a couple times, like, well, we can't critique comedy. We're not allowed to critique comedy. He goes, I don't think he should critique. I don't think you should be critiqued publicly by a colleague.
Right.
That's what I think. So it's like the manager of McDonald's going on Twitter to shit on who's fucking up at the front desk. You know what I mean? Or whatever.
But it's also the biggest part is that
the
it's
McDonald's front desk. In the lobby.
We walk in.
The McDonald's foyer
next to the Scientology desk.
What the fuck is the McDonald's front desk?
Yeah, there's a Taco Bell desk and
the Taco Bell desk, the kiosk,
the fucking Happy Meal concierge. You don't want to fuck that up.
I think this is my theory. Not my theory. My outlook on it is that it's not done. He didn't do a special. He didn't. It wasn't. All right, here it is.
Right.
I want you to see this, everybody, and judge me on this. Somebody recorded this a few months in to the fucking most devastating thing that's ever happened in his life happened, and you're expecting him to come out and deliver what? It's not done. You don't know where he is.
Their argument about he should be delivering some sort of acknowledgement of this whole thing and some sort of thing. Yeah, very weird. I do think that the core of shitty of this is that somebody recorded and put it out there. So I think it's weird that Judd wants to critique something. And he keeps going back to, he said something about transgender people too and the punching down and blah, 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 whatever. I didn't agree with any of that. What I found myself, the only point I thought he made that made me kind of perk up at all was, because it was something I said already about Louis. When I heard the Louis thing, or of it, I didn't really even hear the set. Whether the joke's funny or not, I don't know. I know it's not done, so it doesn't matter, and Louis is brilliant. When I heard it, he goes, he was going at the Parkland thing, whatever. So I was like, wow, that's a weird, I think, forget why are you going to something so all harsh things together, just in this position, it's maybe I should write, he's got brilliant jokes about peanut allergies. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's I think it's weird that he's diving so hard. I get the what can you do, and I think he should have done it, and he did it, and the repercussions are what they are, but I think are ridiculous. I do think they're ridiculous. I think the world getting behind and cheering behind the girl who was the survivor, Parkland, tweet, to me, the chest out of going why don't you come to my house and say that joke? Because that would have never happened ever. A Monica Lewinsky getting sucking the president's dick like a slut joke. You're not going to tell that at the Lewinsky family reunion. You know what I mean?
If you did, you'd be a legend.
You'd be a fucking man. I'll tell you what.
If you went up and told that joke and then dropped the mic and said, boom, suck it.
Sucking that president's
Suck
dick.
that mic.
Bonfire, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. but here's the thing: is that it's not done. But my biggest thing is this: is somebody recorded it and put it out there, and people are judging something that's not finished. It's a guy who's working on a new set that will be released. We don't know if that joke. I have jokes that I cut out that I didn't do in my hour that maybe wouldn't have flew, or that I grew out of, or was like, I'm not into it, or that's not really. It's a kind of hacky or cheesy, whatever it is. You're judging him like he released an hour on fucking Netflix.
Which that's what's shitty about it. But I'm saying, whatever the finished product is going to be hilarious ultimately, and because that's what he goes at those subjects. That's what it is. It's a gasper. I get it. I understand the purpose of doing that.
He did a pedophile joke on SNL.
Right.
And because people laughed, and the way he did it, we all said fine.
Sure.
Nobody said shit.
I'm glad you say that because
I'm glad I said it because it makes you happy.
The only thing.
This is so nice.
I love making you happy.
That's what we do. We have a back and forth and do a radio program.
That's good fodder.
That's good fodder.
Say more things that you are glad about.
Well, again, my thing is only that when he's going to write, and I know it's his style of writing kind of those like harsh, gaspy jokes, and it's not supposed to be going to these people. I hate that the kids saw it and then right away it's like, hey, tough guy, make a joke like that. It would have never gone that way. That's not who it's for. We all do that in comedy. But he just said when the perspective of somebody is shifted, that's something that you don't have. You don't have a perspective because you do know them. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But when the world's, and you know, this is why I think maybe Louis is just not a little like in tune with what's happening. I don't know. I was the levity of it for sure,
right?
Or I should say the weight of it. You know, for sure he's getting that.
Yeah.
And I do feel bad for him.
Well, he even says on stage, he goes, "What are you going to? Would it take my birthday?"
Right.
He goes, "You've taken everything. I got nothing left."
That's the thing that happened now is you have a guy who doesn't have anything to lose.
Yeah.
Because you took it all, and now you're trying to take more that isn't there. It's not there. Like you can.
There's more to take, but I mean,
there's not.
But how would you get? You can't take his money.
There's nothing else to take because they took from him his power.
Yeah,
his
power.
Fame. Yeah, his fame. Oh well, they didn't take his fame. They took his power. He's infamous now.
Somehow
they didn't take his fan base, but they took his fame. His power is his fame. Mm-hmm. At that point,
he could greenlight shows.
He could tap you and go, "Let's do a show."
Yeah,
and that's it. That's gone.
Right.
So now you put him back to just as a comic.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's just going to do what is funny.
Right.
He's going to go try to find funny, and he's going to do whatever he wants to do. Whatever. I know guys that were hacks, stole jokes, known hacks. And then at one point they went, I don't want to do this anymore, became crystal clean joke writers for The Tonight Show. And now they're just monologue, clean, hilarious guys.
Yeah.
So you can't sit there and say, where he's going or what he's doing or what his journey. He can do whatever he wants.
Sure.
Yeah.
And now the fact that they're being judgmental, people can so what you're saying is it's okay for people to record our sets anytime they want now, and then go release it and judge us on it and take stuff away from us because a small group of people, look, does everybody think Judd or Pete Holmes is oh my God? No. There's people that don't. Look, I think he's funny. I like Judd. Okay. Yeah. I like Pete. I have no problem with those guys, but I'm not going to sit there. If someone sits there and goes, I have people that go, he's fucking unfunny. And I'm like, well, all right, whatever. I don't give a shit. Why are we going to have this conversation? Why are we going to have this conversation about what you don't think Judd is doing right on stage? Okay? Right. Yeah. I do what I fucking do. You do what you do. Maybe yours is clean, more acceptable, more worldly, or you can get on places and not as offensive. What I do is offensive to some people. Is it the most offensive? Fuck no. But I don't judge the people that are fucking really offensive either. It's what we do and who you are as a person.
That's a big thing. So to go back, the only thing Judd I just don't think it's Judd's thing to put that out there on Twitter.
Yeah.
But he just almost more of an explanatory thing of why it would blow up like that. Not that we don't understand why the world hearing a Parkland joke and wanting to be mad at somebody gives you an excuse to.
Right.
But he just said, when you find out Jackson is molesting children, or when that's proven or whatever it is, if that was proven to be true to you, or Michael Jackson admitted that in some way, as Louis did. when you hear like Pretty Young Thing, he goes, it kind of makes you take it in a little bit differently. I go, sure, I get the point. So I get why
one of my favorite jokes in the world, Dan Adam's petty joke about Michael Jackson, because he was a better. It was easier for him to be a pedophile because he had rides.
Yeah,
most pedophiles are working with candy. I mean, you can't. I mean, you're
hilarious. Of course.
He goes, the kid walks up and he goes, "Hey, kid, come here to the van. Come on, get in." He goes, "You have rides? I'm not gonna suck your dick for an hour later." I mean,
it's hilarious. But
to take something as fucked up as pedophilia, and to make a joke about it. Now we have to worry about everybody that's ever been molested hearing it, because like you said, it's not for
them. Yeah,
it's not for you to hear. We're not coming to your house and forcing you to. If I don't listen to certain jokes, now what I do. I don't have any jokes about Parkland shootings. It's just not my thing. But I don't hate people who try to find me in those jokes.
Of course not. I'm just saying for like Buford T. Idiot in like, middle of the country, wherever. I'm saying it's more
of a show, by the way.
You can follow him at Buford T. Idiot.
I understand. I thought what Judd said there to me it answers the question that I had, which was, this is Louis' humor from the day you've known who he was. Why would you get mad at this now? And he goes, because I'm subscribing totally. Make the harshest Parkland joke if you want, as long as it's funny.
Right.
Exactly. And if you go, if I had that joke that was just a harsh joke, and they go, one of the Parkland kids, was in the back of the room and ran out of here upset, that would fuck my night up.
It would
I'd be
fuck
like,
of
dude.
course. Every comic.
You don't my night, more than my night up. I'd have to wait till I can get on and make a public apology. Not because society told me to, because I'd go, I fucking do a joke about this, and then one of those kids was I'm a fucking idiot. What's wrong with me?
You would feel bad, but you wouldn't have done that joke if you knew he was there.
Absolutely true.
And also, you wouldn't do the joke if you knew it was being taped.
And
could have been fucking released.
Comedy's supposed to be in the dungeons, in the dark alleys.
Yeah.
It's jazz. It's not fun. But what happened now, all these people go to these huge fucking venues for cash grabs, because it's not for the fucking value of a comedy show, because the people they can't hear you.
Right.
Okay, they can't enjoy the show.
Yeah, the garden isn't a comedy venue.
Exactly. So go fuck yourself with that. That's a money grab.
Sure.
Okay, because comedy's 300
it's cool
people
to
or less.
say you can fill those tickets.
Whatever.
For sure.
Fine. It's an ego thing. It's a money thing. It's not about stand-up. Stand-up is in a small venue, and I say this all the time. The comedy club is the safe space.
Yeah, should be.
You don't need to say we say the fucked up shit that you can't, so you can laugh at crazy shit. All the fucked up shit in marriages, all the fucked up shit with religion, you don't think Christians thought George Carlin was a fucking going to hell with what he said about God?
Yeah.
But they were sitting in the audience and they're Christian, laughing their asses off because God always needs money. It's like that's true. Holy shit.
Well, you know what Twitter doesn't hear, and you know what Buford T. Idiot doesn't hear or see is
good show name.
He works hard though.
Outside, he's a good man. Pays his bills on that.
Same woman, 37 years.
He doesn't see people walking up outside, going and trying to find Louis after the set at the Cellar and tell him, we're happy to have you back. Thank you. Great job.
Of course.
You never hear this stuff.
Of course.
All you're hearing is, that's the thing that pisses me off, is that, hosting and bringing him up and watching the crowd watch him is almost kind of holy shit, how are they going to react? If he does something funny, I love watching that.
I did 4 shows with them. They lose their mind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they go nuts.
And here's the thing. It's
they don't hear about that.
But what you should do is write down what you want him to do. Write down what he needs to do in his set. Write down points. You need to say this. You need to address this. I mean, is that where we're at?
And send that to Christine. You want to give his address, Judd Apatow's email address out on the radio?
But and I understand. At least Judd is having a conversation about it.
I thought when I heard there was an argument, I was like, oh, this is going to make me be like, fuck Judd. But I thought he discussed his point. He's again, it's this. I had a weirdness with Vecchione a week and a half ago, and it's it just rubbed him.
What?
Do you know what I mean? We did something on Skanks that just rubbed him.
Okay, yeah.
And it gets that, you know what I mean? So it's whatever it was, Judd sort of explains it at one point in the thing. He goes, he dealt with something with abused victims of transgender people being abused. So he just saw something with that recently, and it affected him. But again, he's making the mistake of like, you're letting your feeling affect like the greater thing. You're like, maybe we should just take it easy on trans people because they get murdered in record numbers. He goes, it doesn't make my joke not funny, man.
Right.
Because I would never just go, hey, baby, trans people get murdered in record numbers. Get it? Like, there's got to be some substance around of humor of that. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I don't want to go up there and tell a sad story about something.
But you're saying that we can't make fun of. All you're saying is that you shouldn't make fun of trans people. You shouldn't make fun of blacks. You shouldn't make fun of women in a bad way. You shouldn't make fun of shootings. You shouldn't make fun of. Now you have to come up with a list of stuff we can't do in rooms. Yep. Now we all should not do this. Okay. Now we're living your life.
Yeah.
You're not living. How about the guy?
Yeah, you're a jukebox now.
So now I live your values system. I live your religion. I live your views. I'm you. So you're just, that sounds like fascism to me. That's crazy shit. Where it's like, look, here's the deal. I like Judd. Me and Pete aren't going to hang out, but I like him. We do share some things. We share.
All right, Bobby. Again, you want to be on season 4 of Crashing.
But I'm saying.
He's a good guy. He understands how to cast a show.
You really sound like Buford T. Idiot right now.
I'm saying is that we all have empathy for people.
Sure.
We all give a shit about people. It doesn't, because you do a fucked up joke doesn't make you a piece of shit.
Exactly.
You care about I know shit comics that are the first ones to a benefit, the first ones to donate money, the first ones to help people. We're you can't just have one style of comedy.
We've had several things now, I think, with Legion of Skanks where someone's been like, can you help us out with this like charity we're doing to raise money for like, I think one of them was like our son or it was like someone's niece or nephew who was like in a hospital.
I remember.
And like the kid's like tied up to tubes and it's like, help this kid. And we put it out to our fans and say, seriously, give a thing like that. After we'd already drawn dicks on the picture over him in the hospital. And it's like, that's just the way we do the thing. But it's like, but please, seriously this is a genuine thing and give to this kid. Like, we're doing our brand of what we do.
Oh, it just gets, it's creepy.
Well, the real scary.
Why do we have, my thing is, why do we have to fucking not like each other? If you don't like why do you have to use your power to get people not to like me? Like, I would never do that. I would never get my power to say, this style of comedy stinks. Fuck you.
Well, that's what Christine and me both were blown away at the Cellar one night. It's hilarious. For a club that I was spoken to about being like whatever, I made racist comments and they said I said from some 20-year-old girl who complained. From having to be spoken to about that, one night at the VU, Red and Jeremy, the band, and Artie Fuqua were up there and they started playing Ignition Remix, R. Kelly.
Right.
And the entire...
I know it well.
This is before... Yeah.
One of your nicest
it was
hits.
before the documentary
Hard
came
song to write.
It was before the documentary came out.
But when it came out, it just came out.
It
like
really
within
did.
an hour.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Like urine.
All the best songs do, man. They flow through you. You're a vessel.
I believe I can fly. Dude.
Oh, that was really good, dude.
Dude. I believe I can touch the sky.
Everyone started singing Ignition Remix.
Yeah.
Along with it, and this before the documentary started everything back up, they were all. I went on stage and my first words because I was blown away by that. Now, I don't really give a shit if everyone sings the R. Kelly songs. I like the song. It means nothing to me at all. It doesn't mean you think that child pornography or pedophilia is okay. I don't. Yeah. I think they were just singing along. It's a song they all remember from their childhood or whatever. And they all said, but I got on stage and go, isn't it crazy that there's fucking people that have stood outside here with dumbass signs protesting Louis in the same building where everyone's just singing, like, you know what I mean? Everyone's just singing an R. Kelly song. I go, that guy peed on children. Yeah. And everyone's like, good jam, though. And I'm like, that seems weird to me. Yeah. That's like, it's like, we have to figure out, because just community goes like, oh, that's a good song right there. Because there's no documentary out yet.
Oh, what's good for them is good.
So someone tells you that Louis is the enemy, and then everyone just goes like, that's the guy. That's the guy, let's jump on it. I've seen things online before where, a female comic wrote, like, these comics, like, they brought me to the stage and they gave me the most sexist intro. And then the first comment is, Tell us their names so we can erase them and have their career ruined or boycott them or do whatever. And you're like, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
There's also whatever happened to like maybe that girl comic should talk to that guy comic and say, hey, I don't like that intro when you say that. Most likely he'll be like, shit, I'm really sorry.
Do you understand the power of the internet though? If a company fucks you, you can actually just say, hey, blah blah blah, and they'll attack that company until you get what you want. That's crazy.
It's fucking nuts.
That's crazy.
Well, speaking of companies, we have to go pay bills. So we have a guest coming in here, another guest joining us. We're going to come right back after this break.
It's still a catchy song.
It is. I'll tell you what, Robert, you did good with this one, man. This song is good.
This song was harder.
Is it really? It's the same one you were talking about before.
No, at the end.
The end gets
the bridge.
I know you have a hard time with it. Wait, turn it up. Where's the stamp? This is definitely my Robert Kelly.
In the Stretch Navigator.
There it is. That's authentic.
That's him. That's him, everybody.
That's an audible blue check.
It's hard to know where I put it. Ready? Not there. Right here. There we go. Ready? Not there. That's where it goes. You feel it.
Oh, man.
Right? Not there.
Oh. That's why they call you Bobby One Take. He's in and out of the studio, back in some young puss. Sorry, man. I got a 14-year-old girl getting ripe on the vine in the back. We got to bang this out in one take. We'll be right back. Everybody's Bonfire. It's the Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. Big J. Oakerson. Dan Soder is off doing his billions thing today,
and
but you can catch
billions.
him. You can catch him this month at the Atlanta Punchline. That's right. It's going to be January 24th through the 26th. You can get tickets for that in all Dan's shows, dansoder.com. Of course, Robert Kelly joins us, not just pissing on children, also doing comedy at the Laugh Factory in Chicago, January 18th. The Robin Theater in Lansing, Michigan, January 19th. A little tour. After that, he's going to be at the Stress Factory in Bridgeport, Connecticut, January 24th through 26th. For tickets and all their tour dates, visit robertkellylive.com. Or if you're, an underage girl who wants to leave an email, who's going to stop you? I can't stop you.
Listen, whoa. Broken heart. Whoa. Give him a different email for that. Don't go to my website for that.
Mike Fenoy, AOL.
Yeah. Are you still at AOL?
Do you still have an AOL?
I didn't just give his real thing out.
Come on. Yeah. What are you, Keith Robinson?
Mac.
KWR Superstar at AOL.com.
AOL.
I still pay $30 a month.
You stink at Netscape.
You stink. Every year I only use my 20 free hours.
I ain't going to read this email because it stinks at AOL.
I open up my computer and says, you got mail.
Mike Fenoy is going to be at the Atlantic City Comedy Club January 26th. Use code AMIGO at AtlanticCityComedyClub.com. That's a mouthful. For tickets and listen to the Amigos podcast, of course, on iTunes, part of the Osiris Network. And then our guest that's joining us right now, old friend of, I think, the second time coming on the show here. Yeah. He is going to be at Gotham Comedy Club in New York City this Friday, January 18th, and Saturday, January 19th. Get tickets at GothamComedyClub.com. It's our friend Dean Edwards.
He's back. Dean.
Guess who's Bizak?
Guess who's Bizak, baby?
I've gunned through all of that because I got so excited that we were having off-air conversation about The Last Dragon so much that I got all excited all over again. How much I love that movie.
Love the movie. How about what's the movie when they go into the fortune cookie place?
Oh, no.
What's the song?
This one right here.
That's the song.
I'll tell you the song.
And enjoy my golden
Suki, yuki, sock it
you
sock it to me. I sock it to you. With your best self, sock it to me.
Hey, what's up with that belt buckle?
I love that movie.
Yeah, you're too square, man.
Yeah. You want wisdom? You buy a fortune cookie.
But they start laughing. They pause before they laugh. They go, fortune cookie.
They all have to translate it in their head.
No, they were waiting for sound effects when it's translated in China.
When his mouth stops moving.
How great was that? And then my other favorite song is what's her name?
Vanity Six.
Vanity sings
Elevator door.
Oh my
You can't get out anymore.
Never say never.
I found it.
Finally found a place for you to get it. That Bonfire elevators, that's number 7.
Will you teach me some moves? The fact that she didn't suck his dick earlier in that movie, he saved her from kidnapping.
Right.
And violence thrice. 3 times.
Yes, sir.
3 times he saved her life.
It was unbelievable.
Every time she'd take him back to, you know what? He was in there. He'd leave a couple times.
But no, but how about the little kid who thought he was going to bang her?
Right. His little brother.
Kid's dead in real life.
Did that dude pass away?
Young.
No. Really?
No, he got upset. His brother pulled his chick.
He got mad. He was going to fight. He was trying to fight his older brother.
Yeah.
He took my coochie.
Remember he pop locked out of the. He was.
That's how I do that when I have a bad set. I pop lock off.
Pass the piano,
and then I
he was
pass it
tied
back
up
to the house.
Tied up with
Right, he
rope,
was
and
tied up.
Every time I cut back to him while they're in this intense fight, I go boom.
Can I say something? One of the best villains ever.
Show enough? Yeah. Julius
I
Carey
literally
III,
just dropped a
right?
cup of water into a console.
Oh, that's perfect.
Was there really water?
Let
I
Radio
don't know.
Andy deal
Listen,
with it.
I don't know why there's an opening in the console.
What?
And I don't even know where that goes.
Most of what I say that's funny doesn't
That
get
goes
caught.
straight to Andy Cohen's house.
There's 4 people that listen that like what I say. Thank you, Dean.
I caught it, Mike.
Dude, the villain in that movie is fucking great.
Show enough or the other
No,
dude?
the little fucking guy.
The video guy.
Eddie Arcade.
Eddie Arcadian
What a
and
name.
his wife with the tin cans on her
She
boobs.
was a major Broadway actress.
Is that right?
That girl. You want to test drive? You want to test drive?
Dude, the songs in that were fucking
it's the
great.
best.
What
They
an
go,
airport.
dirty
Barry Gordy
boys.
produced
I found them. Dirty boys. I found them.
Dude, it was a take. You know that was a take.
Christine's 33-year-old face is completely puzzled.
Yeah, oh
God damn it. It was almost like a takeoff on if they did a parody on Purple Rain.
That's exactly yeah.
Dude,
Well, that's kind of what it was.
So musical, but it was so great.
Vanity wasn't in. She was supposed to be in the Purple Rain, but they got Apollonia.
Well, Apollonia. Look at either you like Vanity or Apollonia.
I like both.
I did Apollonia. I like Apollonia had better juicy titties.
I'm with you on
Then
that.
Vanity?
Vanity had little A cups.
I like
did pretty though.
She was pretty, but she had little A cups.
Apollonia
Vanity
was not pretty. Yeah.
Sheena Easton had that square Amanda Nunes jaw.
You look really disgusted of this.
No, she was hot though. She was hot, but it was just like she was the like the most bullish of them all.
Who?
Right? Sheila E.
Oh, Sheila E. I like Sheila E.
She was in Crushed
You
Groove.
said Sheena Easton.
You said Sheila Easton.
You said Sheena Easton. That's
I
what
meant
threw
Sheila E.
me.
Sheila
that's all right.
I love Sheila E. in
Sheena
Crushed
Easton
Groove.
was smoking hot.
Yeah.
Sheila E. was hot too, but I hear you on that. She had, be careful. You don't want to be attacked. You're making fun of people now.
Square jaw.
Yeah, you
that was always my. That's why I was never on the holy shit. Look at Jessica Simpson. I get what's hot. I know she's hot. I'm not saying these girls aren't beyond out of my league hot. I'm saying even if she was like a fucking waitress, that girl would be out of my. I'm just saying square jaw. As a fat guy, but maybe you can't appreciate this because there was a time in your life where you were
smoking hot.
Where you were smoking hot.
Pulling
ass
Bobby
left and
was
right.
sexy. I
know. I remember.
I've said to people before when Bobby first got to New York City and he had the chill jawline with the James Dean leather jacket,
pencil thin
all over my
pencil
dorm
thin
room.
mustache.
Yeah, I switched it up. I took it off. I took it on.
Yeah, I met you with it off. I met you with it off.
We talked about that with look. Remember? Bobby had the look.
And he had the joke, Spider-Man, fuck me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was me, but
that was you.
I'll take it.
Don't.
I don't know that joke.
I
Spider-Man,
remember.
fuck me?
I remember. Yeah.
I don't know.
Dean Edwards has never said Spider-Man fuck me before in his life. It was definitely you.
It was you. It was you. Thank you, Jay.
I did a lot of fucking.
Dean Edwards just cursed for the first time since 1996.
There he is, right there.
There he is. Look at that.
Wow. Wowie.
Oh, that's a sexy beast, right?
You know the girl taking the photos? I was finger popping her in the next photo.
I know, and I know who it was, and I was so jealous of that when I met her.
Really?
I believe you're right. I believe you. Except I can see both hands.
Look at the one at the end, though. The one at the end.
You see the
one, that one. Look at that.
He's adorable.
I'll take anybody's chick on that photo.
By the way, I'll take you back further. I remember Bobby with hair sexy.
Hair sexy was another game.
The curly.
Yeah, he had the dark black curly hair, man. That's what I remember.
That was another game.
When'd you start shaving it, Bobby?
Look at that. And by the way, the best picture ever.
Scroll down. Scroll. Go back up. Right there. See that picture right there? The second one to the right there. No, the black and white.
Yeah, that's the one.
Adorable.
I was doing some dirty stuff.
The lady killer right there.
Yeah. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
That used to be the picture. I'd go with Bobby to colleges.
Yeah.
And there'd be 16 chicks standing around the picture.
Seriously.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah.
Dude, they love every college I did with Bobby afterwards, like, can we take you somewhere? Like, they wanted to be, without a doubt.
Yeah.
They loved them.
I don't do colleges anymore.
Oh, not anymore. Middle schools, you perv piece of shit. We've already talked about it.
How the artwork said, what's up, y'all?
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, age gets everybody.
How old were you when you started
A baseball prospect.
When I did Last Comic Standing.
What
the
season?
Second year,
okay.
I shaved my head because I saw it going, Mike.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be the guy who went from. I knew some stuff was coming up career-wise, so I'm like, if I'm going to be on TV and get a little popular right now, I'd rather get popular with a shaved head and that be me for the next 15 years.
That was Tourgasm era, right?
I don't want to be the guy that had hair and then lost it.
Gotcha.
Right. Yeah.
You took control of your destiny.
I did, and I ate my way. I ate my way into a fucking character fucking role. I mean, really am a fucking different demographic now. Santa Clauses and cops. That's about all I get. I have a romantic lead. My movie Last Night at Eddie's on YouTube's. I was the romantic lead. You want to talk about hair? Dude, I mean, I have a scene at the end where I go, I loved you, Allison. I always have.
This is recent.
And we just kissed. This is years ago.
Oh, okay.
Years.
What's it called?
Last Night at Eddie's.
On the YouTubes.
My first on YouTube. It was a hit.
We're premium.
It's on the World Wide Web.
Premium here.
There it is, right there. It was a hit. There I am, right there. It was a hit.
Oh, it was a Cinema Vault.
Go to the end.
I gotta watch this.
Go to the end, very end, right?
You the hot
back
dog?
a little
Wow.
bit. Go up a little further. There I am, right there.
Oh, there you were.
Whoa.
Yeah, there I am.
That's.
Oh, this is the. There I am. Look at me.
Yes.
Wow. Yo.
Dude.
You look like you played bass in Rat.
You totally do.
Round and round.
Dude, if I wasn't abused, I would have fucking been a star.
I think that's why you were. You weren't abusing the stardom like other people.
What year is this?
I don't know.
97.
97, dude. 97, I was in Boston. Oh, so that means I didn't come to New York until 99 or 98, I think.
Really?
Yeah. If I filmed that in 97,
you were there earlier than that.
Nah, I think I came.
97,
I think I came in 98, and then I moved to LA in 2000 because I booked a pilot. And then I came after September 11th.
I met you when you still lived in L.A., and then you came back shortly after.
Came back shortly after that pilot.
Did you live with a bunch of comics when you moved from Boston?
No, I did not. I was Dane went first, then Billy went, and then Patrice went. So now I'm back in Boston by myself. I'm doing, that's me right there.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
filming movies.
Look at that face. Let that happen.
There.
I did. Look at you with the Fame School.
I did too. Well,
look at that squint.
Yeah. Huh?
When
you know what's coming out of that mouth, dude?
When Patrice, Burt, and Dane and all them and Bob Marley were all doing stand up, I was making movies. I made this movie. I made another movie called Koala Bear Kid, and then I did off Broadway, the BCA in Boston. I did a play called Four Dogs and a Bone, which takes around 5 months to do a play, a rehearsal time, and then to pull it up.
Sure. Yeah.
So I've been
part of an off Broadway musical.
Yeah.
It did not take that long. But that was probably indicative of how we presented it.
Wow.
Did y'all ever put it on his feet?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was it was like a 5-day run.
And then it buckled like a new deer
at the Triad. It was so fun.
Triad. Wow.
It was so fun. Y'all try, yeah.
No, that's not off Broadway. That's kind of off Broadway.
I'd say, quite honestly, I think it's only about 5 storefronts in from Broadway.
Actually, yeah, you can't.
It's more like off Bronx.
Well, you can't do it's not an off Broadway show when there's a ramen place underneath.
Why? What am I going to say? I performed a musical. I performed a musical adjacent to Stand Up New York.
Yeah, I did an actual legit huge theater type of thing, but I came back to comedy. They all left. They were just gone.
Right.
So I was the last one. I took my acting reel. not my comedy reel. Because I came to Boston Comedy and did a show for Barry Katz one night on like a Tuesday and bummed. Fucking took a hot one.
Really?
And my friend Aldo Benny he went up on stage with an English accent. Did his whole set as an English guy.
From Boston?
And Barry loved him.
Hey, buddy,
I was like,
love
I go,
the
but he's not
accent.
fucking English. That's bullshit. Fucking
Even better.
What
so
a grift.
So mad. I remember he took us out to eat after, and he was just like, "So can you do the accent through the whole act?" He was trying to sell it.
It's funny to. I've been doing comedy now 19 years.
Yeah,
it's like my 19th year I'm in, and it's fun. It's still I can think of yesterday, all the emotions and feelings of like that, trying to get in. I have an audition to get into this club. Those things. It just feels. I just remember it like it was yesterday.
Well,
I have to still force myself to not feel the nerves of like. It's like I got to tell STI I got to cancel a spot. I'm going to take my daughter to a Sixers game or something. I got to take us to. Yeah. So I got to cancel my spots tonight. And you're just like.
Because it was so hard to get in.
Away. Right. Yeah. You're like,
so hard.
She's going to get bitter now and not work me as much.
It just feels like a constant audition.
I drove back to Boston that night, and my life was over. My career, I'm literally going back to Boston to stay in Boston now. Everybody's gone, and then I sent my acting reel to Frosty. Yeah. Matt Frost.
That's big.
And Frosty was like, dude, because he was like, you can do this. I'm going to hook you up. And he wanted to go from being an agent to being a manager. So he was like, if you come out here, I fucking book you.
Right back to agent.
I called up, right, exactly. I called up Burr, who booked a Go Pilot. Literally moved to New York, Go Pilot, him and Dave.
Molly Ringwald.
Right. Dude, Carsey Warner.
Yeah.
Back when Carsey Warner was the motherfuckers.
What was it? It was called Boston something, right?
It was called, fuck.
Pizza place?
No, it wasn't the pizza place. That was Ryan Reynolds had.
That was two girls at pizza.
Townies.
Yeah.
No fucking Townies. So Burr's on, and Burr's a good actor, man. And so he had this little shithole up on 97th Street. He lived with Akin, the South African dude. And I remember it was a room, two big rooms, like a living room and a dining room, and then a little hallway with a little tiny space, and then another living room, and then a bathroom and a kitchen. And he rented Billy out this little hallway. And and the first living room. So Billy had a big living room.
You can live in the connective tissue of the home.
But this guy had
in your room.
This guy had to walk through his room to get to his room.
Oh,
gross.
So I says, Billy,
just have a guy wide step over you while you're beating dick under. Try not to move your shoulder while you fucking tug off under a blanket.
Just wake up to a bag hanging over your face.
Dude, you're not too far off. So I call Billy. I go, Billy, look, you still have the place in New York. You live in L.A. Let me rent the place. Let me pay for the place in New York. I'll pay most of the rent. And when you come back, I'll hit the coach. And Billy's the shit. Mm-hmm. And he was like, all right, fuck it. Cool. A month later, I moved in.
Wow.
Really?
I literally drove to New York. I lived in a fucking... Dude, the place I lived in Boston was garbage. I had to put like plastic bags around my bed so I would hear the mice.
Oh, what?
Really?
Christine lived like that when she first moved to New York.
Yeah.
Really?
I just didn't have money.
Just lived amidst mice.
Not at Billy's place. Billy's place just had cockroaches like any property.
It's New York.
Yeah, it's just New York. It didn't have mice or anything. But I remember when I was sleeping there, I moved in.
in Boston.
And this is in New York. When I moved to New York, my place in Boston had mice. It was fucked up. But when I moved here, I remember sleeping in the bed, and I just remember hearing the guy walk by, like his feet, and I just remember them stopping.
Oh shit!
Oh damn!
And then going. And I was like, what? The next day I went Home Depot, bought a fucking pole, bought a curtain.
Yeah.
I built a fucking...
Are you watching me?
Yeah, like a ship. I just built a submarine curtain in front of the bed because I was like, dude, this is too creepy. Too creepy.
Did you ever ask him what, like...
No, I'm not good at confrontation.
Try to just buy a curtain.
Can I tell you something? Bobby's a good person to ask about things if you're also not good at confrontation, because he gives you a non-confrontational way to handle things. One of the best pieces of advice ever, I said, a friend of mine I was living with was taking money from me, and simply like going into, I had a big change jug, and you'd empty the change jug. and he would go in and empty the change jug and like, take out quarters and everything to get himself food or whatever it was. And it was a friend, and I was just like, man, I don't know what...
Mike's getting nervous right now.
You
knew about this?
I didn't know that.
Fuck.
And I even did things to try to prove, to make sure it was happening before I was even going to accuse anything. And I remember talking to Bobby, because Bobby knows both, and I was like, I don't know, he's just down. I get he's down on his luck, but it's just like, I don't know what to say, man. It's fucking weird. I go, how do I have a conversation with him? He goes, don't. He goes, go get a padlock. Put it on the outside of your door. He'll know. And that's just what I did. It's never even... I go, what about when he asked me about the clock? He goes, he won't. He didn't.
Right.
Of course he's not. He's going to go, oh, I know why that's there. He's not going to ask me about it and have me say something.
He knows call you up. Hey, dude, can I have the key to your padlock? I left something in your room.
I left some change in your jug.
Yeah. I remember when I used to steal change when I was a kid. My uncle had these big change things. And I remember when I had this pea coat that I had these big pockets, and my grandmother just got the pockets fixed because I used to rip and put change in them. So I used to buy my drugs with that money. Mm-hmm. So I ripped the pockets out again. I filled it with quarters. I'm talking, I think it was $100 in quarters.
You bought drugs with change?
Change. Wow. Well, we'd roll it, go to the bank, and then go buy.
That's wise.
Yeah. So I'm sitting at the corner waiting, mid-summertime with a hot pea coat. I had a fucking pea coat on. Fucking anchor buttons and everything.
You imagine some
little boy's pea coat? Anchor buttons?
You imagine some Southie Coke dealer, like $25, $50, $75 a dollar.
No. So I'm sitting there waiting for the bus. I had all the change in my pocket, and my uncle pulls up, the guy I stole the fucking change from. He goes, you want to ride? I go, no. He goes, get in, you fucking idiot. So I had to grab the change and hold it.
So it would jiggle?
Jiggle.
Just sweaty fucking change.
Dude, I was like a fucking spy. I had to sit so quietly, and every bump I had to hold my pocket.
You had to giggle over the sound.
He goes, all right, we're going over a couple of speed bumps here, son of a bitch.
True.
Wow. When I got sober, I wound up paying him back.
In change?
No, I gave him
that would have been great if you handed him 4 pea coats.
I realized how...
4 pea coats go full of quarters?
Right. My stepfather, who I love, and I don't even get mad at him for this because I understand what children are for at a time. But when I was younger, my stepfather used to send me just blindly with no fear. And didn't he make it seem like it was a weird thing to me? Because we were broke growing up. So we had a change jug. And also, we had a couch that, for some reason, just like sucked your change out of your pocket. It's one of those ones just sat in a way that always happened. So we would dig in the couch. This is 3 times a week, easy. Dig in the couch and empty the change jug. Like it was a weird thing because we were broke growing up. So we had a change jug. And also, we had a couch that, for some reason, just like sucked your change out of your pocket. It's one of those ones just sat in a way that always happened. So we would dig in the couch. This is 3 times a week, easy. Dig in the couch and empty the change jug and get like all the change. And because I was too young to know how horrific you look to the person, my stepfather would send me down with exact change, no tip, all change. To open the door, and I'm just going like, I go, I have all change, and God'd be like, oh, okay. And then then it'd be like, how much is it again? Like 17.04? And you're like, 17. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, and this kid would be like, okay. And I'm like, hey, bye. We'll see you again in 2 days when I do this again.
Sick.
Oh, man. But I didn't even know. I was like, what's the big deal? I mean, money's money, right? I didn't know. I was a kid. I know my stepfather too broke to do it another way. My stepfather would be like, this fucking fat dope has no idea. And he's not going to not do it. He wants the food more than he wants his ego stroked. He's like, you want pizza or you want to feel good about yourself? I want that pizza.
I remember I bought a $100 bag of weed back then.
Damn.
With that money.
Wow. Is that a brick in the fucking that time?
I know, right?
It was a big bag.
Cochise, what were you doing?
The Honda Prelude made of weed.
We got two things of bed sheets, rolling papers, made 2 Cheech and Chong papers, and rolled the whole bag in 2 joints.
What?
Jesus.
And we went to the park and just smoked the fuck out. Because back then, we hung out with the older kids at the park. But if you had weed, they'd let you hang. So we went down there, around 6 of us, just sat in a circle and smoked the fuck out of it. But it wasn't weed now.
No,
it was weed. Back then was
right.
It was a weed.
It was seeds and whatever. It was popping and fizzing. Yeah, it had a whole bunch of sticks and seeds.
We had to take all the seeds out. We had to take the sticks out.
Dean, you never did you ever do drugs at all?
Nah, I never smoked, never drank. I used to make my parents drinks, and so coming up as a kid, I used to make my mother's screwdriver, and I hated. I thought vodka was disgusting.
Did the smell get you young?
The smell. I taste. I was like, ew, why are you drinking this? And then like my dad drank it again. I was like, this looks like urine. So and then by the time, and then when I decided I wanted to when I saw Eddie Murphy as a kid, and he was like, everyone always praised him for not smoking or drinking. Every show he did, they were like,
you have sex with transgendered women, man.
How did you know, Jay?
Everybody has a drug.
Yeah.
Well, Bobby's, I don't know if you know this, but Robert Kelly's over here is underage, peeing on underage women.
Whoa, that's
break my heart.
I'm just saying there's a lot of evidence.
It's that other Robert.
How many disappointed limo drivers there are at Zero Ground in Vegas? They just have R. Kelly on a sign, and I show up just fatty with a wheelie bag and a backpack.
Have you realistic?
He's wearing a tarp like he's going to a Gallagher concert. And he's wearing you're not that R. Kelly. You could pee on milk. I'm ready, Mr. Kelly.
The last time I went to Vegas, there was an old black guy who was picking me up. He was a limo guy, and he had that sign on an iPad, R. Kelly. And they were talking, and as I'm walking up, they didn't even look at me. I go, hey man. He goes, what's up? What? I go, I'm R. Kelly. He goes, shit. And he whispered something to the dude. And he goes, let's go. Didn't he try to grab my bag? He went, let's go.
That's fucking hilarious.
That is
the letdown.
Dude, it's happened probably 4 times in Vegas. On Ground Zero in Vegas. Just these excited, because R. Kelly,
it's R. Kelly.
That's a place R. Kelly goes, probably, to a bunch,
man.
Yeah.
And it's just...
He was an old black guy, too. I found this out from watching this whole documentary, too, is that Christine was not as familiar with his music, and you said because you thought R. Kelly was more, that even maybe that was the way he was able to go under the radar for so long with this, is that he was super popular in, like, out of the black community. But I said, I don't know. I thought he was super popular. But then again, also at the time of that, I was very in the black community with doing like the comedy clubs.
I thought he was. I thought he transcended with "I Believe I Can Fly."
That was the thing, though. But like Christine's like Honey Love. Yeah. She's like half on a baby and all. She has no idea.
Out of the closet. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I can see like he peaked with his mainstream.
Then she knows like Ignition remix, but that was all the hey everyone, let's forget about me peeing on that kid music.
Well, I literally know, like, it's I Believe I Can Fly, and then the next, like, I was telling Black Lou, I looked at it as, like, is this his comeback song?
Wow.
I didn't really realize, like, he's not a super popular character, not in Redondo Beach, California.
So I guess you weren't hot enough for him to kidnap you and pee on you.
I guess.
I guess R. Kelly missed that malt punk genre.
Yeah, he wasn't at the South Bay Galleria too much.
He wasn't.
Oh man, let me tell you something. Christine could have got a Blink 182 fucking freeway dance on that piss fountain. It would have looked like fucking Bellagio in her mouth. And then with the girl with the rock show, and then with the sweater.
Anyone from Blink 182 could have fucked 16-year-old me.
She would have the shit from Hot Topics. Lava lamps. A fart gun.
Spraying silly string in their face.
Hang on, your lip ring got caught on my clit ring.
I love that.
My wallet chain's caught on your dick, R. Kelly.
Young Bobby Kelly is disgusted by all of us.
He really is over the dude, what are you guys doing?
What'd you let happen to us, dude?
Look at that hair, dude. Look at the earrings. Look at the two rings.
Oh, you had the 2 hoops.
That was my motorcycle, by the way.
Really?
That was my motorcycle on there, yeah. And my rape whistle. I had a rape whistle. I don't know if you saw that.
Well, looking like that,
did you hear how? Did you see how his hair fluttered?
Look at that, dude. Look at my hair.
Wow.
Look at my.
Bobby Kelly.
Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
But now it looked like Marlon Brando at the end of his career.
Now you're Captain. What? You're Kurtz.
What's up, Albany? Somebody say.
Wait. Oh. Dude.
Wow. That's when I. That's when I come back to town.
Oh, because
I left town.
Because you realized you had unfinished business.
Yeah. I had unfinished business. That's Jamie. She's actually a comic.
How long's the movie? Oh, shit. Look at the... Can I be honest with you, Bobby? The neck on that shit hitting Butterfield dimensions.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not the wardrobe.
Did you come right from Gold's Gym?
Well, I mean, look at me, dude.
One more time.
This is amazing, Bobby.
Oh,
Did
wow, look at that lip. Look at up lip.
Did you get laid on the set at all?
Nah, sometimes no answer is no.
What are you worried about the Academy finding out?
Yeah, in the Philippines.
I'm up for a Filipini award this year.
Yeah, this movie is huge in the Philippines.
What's the name of it again?
It's Last Night at Eddie's.
The Last Night at Eddie's. I'm gonna watch.
Our fans, by the way, are going to pick through this movie.
Yeah, this movie was fun. They were trying to make, those late 80s, early 90s movies.
Of course.
Got a remake to this. And look at me, dude.
You're a hell of an actor.
Yeah, I am a good actor.
But I'll need a favor in return.
Did you kiss this guy?
I'm not watching the door again. You see that? You see what just happened?
Bobby, hang on. Pause. This scene does look like a gay couple arguing.
Yeah, it totally does.
Let's all stop for a second and just say, rewind a little bit, and let's just say this is a gay scene right now.
Uh-huh.
This is two guys who are in love with each other.
Yes.
One's the top, one's the bottom. Okay, let's play. Right there.
Okay. Seeing as you're blowing town tomorrow, I can forgive you this time. But I'll need a favor in return. Look, I'm not watching the door again. You see that? You see what just happened? I cut you some slack.
That's what he calls fucking from behind, watching the door again?
Come on.
Whoa.
I gotta talk to you.
And then you cut to me just taking it in the ass.
Soft face taps. By the way, Christine, let me see the timing. Christine, let me see the timing. If you go, I'm telling you, if you can only stomach getting through 5 minutes of this movie, and you know how to do anything with video, have a field day making whatever gay things you want to do about this.
No, it should, from that part where he goes, I need a favor, it should just cut to a guy in roller skates, fucking another guy in roller skates.
Crying the whole time.
The other guy just trying to hold the platter of hot dogs and hamburgers. Dude,
lunch boys.
Oh, you can't make this movie no more, though. Look, watch this. You can't make that. Look at that. That's just gratuitous TNA.
I love it.
It'll get called out for sure.
And there's so much tit in this movie. I mean, just for no reason.
Naked tit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Thank God we have YouTube Premium.
Yeah, absolutely. This guy lived in New York. He was actually he was really like this, by the way.
What, super into you?
T-shirt.
Oh, by the way, T-shirt, love it. Inside out. You roll it up so you can see what the outside normally looks like color. Hell yeah.
What was your character's name, Bobby?
Dylan.
Dylan.
Why wouldn't it have been?
Dylan. So fucking
dude,
perfect.
If you go to the end of this movie, if you go to the very end. Wait. Go back. Wait. A little further. Just right there.
Don't ruin it.
I just realized how dickheadish the question was going to be. I was going to say, did anybody come out of this thing famous? I was asking you about your movies. Anybody get famous after this?
Well, Jamie's actually been in a couple movies.
Yeah,
she's been to Just for Laughs. She does an improv troupe. She's a comic. She's a comic,
sketch,
more of an sketchy,
actress.
But she's been in a couple movies too. She's actually doing really well. And of course, me, I'm just.
She's in Last Night at Eddie's 2. Last Night at Eddie's 3, Citizens on Patrol.
Last Night at Eddie Saves Christmas.
Dude, look at that wig.
Last Night at Eddie Saves Christmas.
Stockholm, that's okay? What the hell is that, Allison?
Watch this.
Is that fair?
Why are you doing this? Why are you torturing me?
I don't want to hurt you.
Then don't! Leave me alone! Stop complicating my life!
What do you want me to... Allison, Allie, what do you want me to say? Huh? 2 years I was gone. I thought about you every day. It's been killing me. I can't talk to you since I've been back. I can't eat right. I don't sleep. Just the thought of you makes me ill.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You know
That's
what
a
I
weird
mean?
line.
Allison?
No.
Yeah, ill was a weird
It's a weird
word.
line to say.
She looks like the
X-Files.
Yeah, but I got to do my close my eyes inner thought moment. If you go back a little bit, when she says that, my acting choice was this. Ready? Watch this. Watch this.
Complicating my life.
What do you want me to... Allison, Allie, what do you want me to say?
Here we go.
Huh? 3 years I was gone, I thought about you every day. It's been killing me. I can't talk to you since I've been back.
I don't eat right.
I can't eat right. I don't sleep. Just the thought of you makes me ill.
Watch.
You know what I mean, Alice.
I don't know what you mean.
Actor's choice.
Tell me, Dylan.
That was beautiful.
Wait, here we go. Watch it. Here we go.
Why do you...
Wait, stop right there. Actually, for a second, go back like 2 seconds. I want to say, here's what when I was on Z-Rock, which is the limited acting I've done with any consistency, you feel so accomplished, especially early acting when you do something like that. Yeah. When the line is just like, it's like, come on, Dean, we have to get out of here, and you go, come on. Dean, come on.
Yeah, you have the moment.
We got it, dude. We have to get out of here. And you're like, and they go, cut. That was good. And you go, hey, let me do this thing. I did a thing right there. That wasn't in the script. I did a thing. You're so happy with yourself.
You made a choice.
I made a choice to go.
I made a choice.
Pamela.
Yeah.
What?
I'm going to give this to the back of my eyes. The back of my eyes.
Back of my eyes.
Watch it. All right, here we go. Ready?
I have to hear with you.
Here comes the music.
I don't sleep. Just the thought of you makes me ill.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You know what I mean, Alice.
No. I don't know what you mean. Why don't you tell me, Dylan? Why did you come back here?
Why do you...
Yeah, right there. That's what I mean. Why? It wasn't written in the script. Why do you...
Pause.
Why do you...
This is great. Wait, watch this. Watch this. It gets worse. Or better if you're...
I came back for you. I don't want to run from you anymore.
Oh, shit! You did a legit... What are you doing? Are you trying to pop a pimple on her cheek?
Watch, here we go.
Is he going to pull a quarter from behind her ear?
Watch this. Watch this shit. Listen to that music, though.
Wow.
Public domain rock music.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah!
Such a fucking gay.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
What's she doing? She's making him do something.
He's like, you want me to fuck the furnace, baby?
What do you want?
Huh?
You must Bobby being here on the other end of this brush hole.
Huh? I'll fuck the man.
Wow, this guy showed his nut bar for a fucking YouTube movie?
Yeah. Well, this is supposed to be big, Jay. This is going to be released worldwide.
Well, they got the good fake money.
Here we go. Oh!
See how you like it, you little prick.
What just happened?
I don't know.
You think he boned up on that a little bit when she did it?
I don't know.
You were making out with that chick at Dino's, and all of a sudden this guy's fucking...
That's weird. That was quick.
Wait, before you start taking this picture, is that the one that we had before? Hilarious. Somebody tweeted this out to us a couple days ago, not with your picture, Bobby, but the AJ Nothing But a Number album with R. Kelly in the background. And they just scolded R. Kelly and just wrote the word, bruh. It's like, why would you be in that picture?
That's hilarious.
Did you watch it all, Dean?
What?
The documentary?
No, I watched...
Why? You didn't want to relive it?
I didn't care.
As one of his background dancers, you didn't want to relive the horrors?
I danced during Vibe. I didn't care.
By the way, they just keep showing stock footage in the documentary of R. Kelly. You go, the way he moved, the way he sang, and every time they say the way he moved, they just show him one dance move at one concert where he's going...
He's pumping, of course.
It's like the only thing they keep showing on a loop. Like, is that his one move?
Have you shown Max movie?
What movie?
This.
Oh no, Max hasn't seen any of that stuff yet. He doesn't know about sex, drugs, or really he doesn't really know about. He knows about my comedy.
You took him backstage to
stand up. He's seen me do stand up at Just for Laughs. He's come on stage with me.
Yeah.
Last year, 1,500 people at the Nasty show. He came out. Walked on stage.
That's so awesome. But you've never said look, that's Daddy on TV.
Not
and showed
yet.
Him like a Louis.
Not
or
yet
something?
because I don't want to fucking weird him out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want him to.
You're like, I know Barney.
He's asking him for favors. Well, he starts asking his dad.
Well, it is weird. For his life's going to be weird because I mean, look, he loves Bon Jovi because he just loves.
Took him backstage.
Dude loves Bon Jovi, and then Gabby is there, and then I was like, dude, we're gonna go to the concert. But he doesn't know anything but being backstage and hanging out with Gabby and being that close. And
he doesn't know
when her father came to my house to shoot live from the shed.
Yeah.
To show I do on patreon.com/Robert Kelly. Anyways, no, I'm just a shitty plug. Well, he came to my house. Max fucking flipped out.
Yeah.
His brain shut down. He went into the house and didn't know. He started crying. Because he didn't understand life.
Right.
The guy from fucking Bon Jovi is that's like Santa Claus coming down.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right. And I had to talk to him and be like, dude, are you okay? And he was like, I gotta catch my breath.
He's like, Dad, we gotta hold on to what we got. Doesn't make a difference.
I like you said, only knows backstage at Bon Jovi in their 50s.
He thinks rock stars like fucking insure.
Well, he fell in love with them. He fell in love with them at the middle with "It's My Life." So it's not that far of a jump.
Hilarious. I think it's gonna be funny when you get him tickets for a concert when he's like 15. He's gonna be like, "Oh, general admission, great."
Right.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
It's like Dad's going downhill.
I do. I worry about that with my daughter. My daughter was with me enough that I don't. But I hate when I take my daughter to close-up seats, like a Sixers game or something, and she just seems like, isn't this where we sit?
Right.
And you're like, no, dickhead. When you were really little, we sat way up there,
right.
And Allen Iverson was a little pee on the thing.
Right.
I go, now you're catching Ben Simmons sweat. Show some fucking appreciation for that.
When you were really little, we sat on a dryer in a Filene's to watch this fucking game.
Filene's. This motherfucker said Filene's.
This has been a fun show. I have to end a few minutes early because we have to do reads. We went straight through, right?
All right.
We didn't stop.
I'm glad that Bobby is not Robert.
Last night at Eddie's. Last night at Eddie's returned too.
Yes.
Right.
Eddie goes to college.
Last night at Eddie's Electric Boogaloo.
I shot a short called Lone. That's been getting a lot of heat. It's on my Patreon. I showed
your Patreon for real.
I showed it to Voss last week and Andrew Schultz and Joe List on my podcast, and they had a few critiques of it. Let's just say.
What's it called? Let's plug it again.
It's called Lone. I shot it in my room in Spokane 3 weeks ago on my iPhone. I edited a short film.
Really?
A serious short film.
Yeah.
So
really?
It's up there.
I'm really excited about this.
I'll send you a copy of it.
Please do. I would appreciate it much. I thought, let me tell you something. When I was in my late 20s, even in early 30s, I had an idea for like a short that was so, when I describe it now, lame and uber dramatic, serious about the trials and tribulations of being unsuccessful, whatever I felt like I was in my. It was just. I'm like, so, thank God it didn't come out. And then, didn't Dane Cook do? He did like Spiral or something it was called. Whatever it was, that just came out enough for me to go. It's like, yeah, we shouldn't do stuff like that.
Well, he did that, but he had a serious song.
One of my favorite things of all time.
Greatest song ever.
It is
Forward,
next level ridiculous. Forward. It sounds like a guy. It sounds like he was listening to somebody else sing it, Dane Cook, and he was in the background going. It's like he's in the background going, "Here I am, rock you like here I am, rock you like a hurricane." It's like, are you the eighth melody? Are you the eighth harmony of this? I was going to say to both of you guys, Dean, is your wife's younger than you, Bobby?
Yes, she is.
Significantly?
Absolutely. Well, no, it's not R. Kelly significantly, but Bobby Kelly, yes. A few years, yeah.
A few years. Dean, is your wife?
About a year.
Yeah.
Only a year,
Just
yeah?
a year.
I was going to say,
my wife's womb is dead.
I wanted to get.
That's how old she is.
I wanted to get into a talk with you guys at one point. We went on a tirade when we were talking about The Last Dragon. How many movies though that I've seen, and I love them in reflection because I'm like, I've seen it 1,000 times. I can tell you the movie, but I've had to go back. The newest one I did was Big Trouble in Little China.
They've been running it on cable lately.
In Little China,
but it's funny. But it's funny to go back and watch them again. And by the halfway through the movie, though, you're like, I guess we're watching this, but you're like, I mean, I know everything that happens from here on out.
Right.
And then the thinker funny that she doesn't get that I'm like, I'll be like, right here. And he goes, it's this magic potion. And he goes, wah, shit, what's in it, egg? Which always made me laugh. And I go, well, she goes, shit, what's in it, egg? And I go, no, wait, watch. And I rewind it. I go, shit, what's in it, egg? She's like, right? Yeah. I go, no, the way he says, and then me and all my friends would do.
Generation sucks.
That's when you're lucky.
Yeah, she goes, will you play the movie?
That's when you're lucky you don't live on the fifth floor anymore because you just kick her out a window.
This is Christine's life, though, in her defense, is she has to, especially for 82 times, in the basketball season. Forget the Eagles season, but 82 times of the Sixers season. She is willing to go, hey, I want to watch the Sixers game right now at any given time that I want to put it on. And she goes, yeah, let's watch it. And most of the time she'll sit there with me and fuck around on her computer and do. By the third, wait, though, but seriously, tell you look up unless it's like a real thing. And so she watches a basketball move that she believes that everyone should be able to do in the NBA. And I go, that's Joel Embiid being the shit. And she's like, okay. And I go, you don't think that me? And then that's how our nights go.
Jay, congratulations on the Eagles getting into the playoffs this year.
Wow. It was a big deal.
Hopefully the Patriots will meet them. Oh, wait.
All right, let's go Saints.
Oh, hell yeah, everybody. Robert Kelly is going to be at the Laugh Factory in Chicago. He's going to be at the Stress Factory in Bridgeport. He's going to be at the Robin Theater in Lansing, Michigan. You can get tickets for all that and as other tour dates at robertkellylive.com. Dean Edwards at Gotham Comedy Club.
This weekend,
This weekend, everybody. Friday and Saturday. How many shows a night?
2 Friday, 3 Saturday.
Hell yes. Get tickets at GothamComedyClub.com. Dean is one of the funniest. Bobby, Dean, everybody we have on the show always,
some funny for the muffins.
I fucking love you guys, man. Thank you so much for coming in here with me. Mike Noya, of course. It's going to be at Atlantic City Comedy Club January 25th and the 26th. Use code AMIGO at AtlanticCityComedyClub.com for tickets. And make sure you listen to his podcast, Amigos, on the Osiris Network or iTunes or wherever you download podcasts from. You all know and love Mike America's Amigo. And DanSoder.com for his dates. He's going to be in Atlanta the 24th, weekend of the 24th.
I go to Atlanta all the time.
All the time he goes. Me, I'm going to be in D.C., not this weekend, but next weekend. We are doing a live show tomorrow. Special live Thursday show. Dan's going to be back, so we'll be in full force tomorrow, everyone. Thank you all for hanging out. We love you guys. It's the Bonfire.